So my son's been on the scheme since it's first started its inception in the Barwon region. My concerns at the moment, so many, and I've had a long-term concern of transport costs in particular. But has anyone done any cost analysis on putting on this extra staff? So now we're dealing with an assessor and a planner, whereas previously we just had a planner. So the NDIS is willing to spend money on their own staff and these algorithms and gadgets, but they're constantly cutting the budget of everyday people who are just trying to live a basic life. My concern is that, as was said previously, when everyone gets chucked into the one black box, the nuances of someone's life is totally taken out of the picture, whether it's someone who lives locally and doesn't go out much compared to someone who lives more regionally but wants to be out 5 days a week. People's life choices are being taken out of the whole conversation. Their goals, their dreams, their aspirations, our human right. The disabled community is having their human rights stomped on by not treating them as humans. I see that this is more robo planning. The NDIS is so busy at the moment of cutting funding for so many people. I constantly hear from people, as does my husband, who's a support worker, of getting basic transport cuts, which means they're no longer going to their program. So therefore staff are losing casual shifts, and the ongoing effect is not being acknowledged by these quick decisions that are made by someone sitting in an office with a permanent wage coming to them. The impact that these decisions on a daily basis are having on the community, on their mental health, on their physical health, and on the support staff around them is extreme. And we really need to wind it back to what it was initially, where it was about what the individual, in my son's case, what Liam McGarrigle wants to do in his week to live his best life. And that's what this scheme is supposed to be about, and we need to try and get it back to that. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Michelle. And I recognise that surname too. You're very famous for your.
Yeah, unfortunately, the transport guidelines are still not following the precedent that was set in federal court. The reasonable and necessary supports will be fully funded. Therefore, the 3 levels of transport costs contradict that in the Act. And I was told 6, 7 years ago that the transport policy was going to be updated, and it never was. So I'm continuing this crusade, my own little, warpath.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Michelle. I
George.
think that whenever the planner sees your name, they must start shaking in their boots. So thank you for coming along.